G'day everyone, and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. And this time it's a little bit of a special one. You can see that there's an actual family standing on the curb. Now, no, that doesn't mean I've got a let's play, but the little lady with the bright red hair there, her name is Alexis Arcade, and she was created by Alexis Arcade, who is a YouTuber and streamer. And if you have a look in the down there, the links to both her YouTube channel and her Twitch stream should be there. And she uploaded this family to the gallery. She has a husband and a baby, and I thought I would build a house for them. So this is a modern 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom mansion with a downstairs powder room, so an extra bonus toilet. Not all of the bathrooms are full bathrooms, but the 3 main bedrooms have full ensuite bathrooms, and then the baby's nursery just has a bathtub because, you know, you want to be able to bath the baby or the toddler. So I'm just working out floor plans here. I actually went off partially a floor plan that I saw when I was just wandering around the internet, as you do, and I thought it would make an interesting house. So that's what I've done, and we've gone super modern with these beautiful slanted roofs, and even the back over the deck at the back, or I would call it a patio, still has a slanted roof, albeit a glass one. And we are putting in some, what you do to get the roofs at the same slant or the same angle is you copy an existing one. When you've got it to the slant that you want and the height that you want, just copy it. If you drag it out to be larger or whatever, it'll maintain that same angle of slant. So we're going super modern with the exterior finishing, and on the interior I think we go same colour all the way through. It's like almost like the walls are concrete. Even in the bathrooms, the only place that has a slightly different wall colour is in the kitchen. And we've got a nice tile backsplash for that, but you'll see the kitchen in a minute. And I've even created a garage for them to put their car in. And I have given them, with these new debug objects that we can play with, I've given them a swish looking car in their garage as well. Alright, so just trying to organise. I don't know why that door is on 3 over 3 grid squares. And I think hopefully that is the one that I got changed out it to 2. And again, super modern with the walls, with the finishes on the outside and the windows. And this room at the back here where we're putting all glassed in will actually be the dining room. So essentially the dining room is completely glassed in. Beautiful place if you had some really nice gardens, or great place to have a view to a bird bath or something like that. So. And we have a little storeroom, you can see there off the garage, and we also have a little laundry room that opens out onto the back patio or back deck, whichever. Just getting the roof on the deck, and again making the bits match, so that copying those bits across so that the slant and everything matches, and just getting them right for, you know, having a pillar and stuff, because even though the roofs will support themselves, it just doesn't look realistic if you don't have some sort of support. So windows up in the top there. In theory, if this was a real house, all of those windows along there would give that top floor a beautiful amount of light, but I didn't take out the ceilings, so they are what they are. They're just decorative. So now I think we're just about to head down to the kitchen, and we've gone for, again, super modern. Oh no, we're still putting windows in. The kitchen is, even though the dining room's right beside it, we do give it a bench with some stools that you can eat at. We're in the master bedroom and lots of storage space. So I would imagine the two closets there, smaller one for the guy, larger one for the girl. Not always true. I've known chaps, gentlemen, guys, men, whatever, that have had a huge amount of clothing. And in fact, a chap that I used to be part of my circle of friends sadly has departed this earthly plane. But he had shirts. He would have had 30 or 40 shirts in his closet, just because he liked to wear different colours, all the time. So you can see there, I raised the house up on foundations, and I went around and played with the foundations and tried to get them to match and all that sort of stuff. But in the end, I actually lower it back down again because it's got a bit of a garage, and I just think it's just stretching that, suspension of reality. It's just suspending it a little too far. So I lower it back down again, put a couple of planter boxes. Gosh, I can't even speak tonight. A couple of planter boxes near the front door. Those plants are raised up, and there is a lot of items in here that are raised up from their normal position that they would snap to. So as you can see, looking after the baby, making sure it doesn't get taken away by the authorities. This house, I would absolutely recommend any of my builds, and in fact any build that you download from the gallery, absolutely download it with your Move Objects cheat on before you place the lot. If you place it without having that cheat on, then everything that has been lifted up, placed inside of each other, the stuff that's layered over the top of each other, one or the other will disappear probably. The stuff that's been lifted up will be on the floor, and in some cases it will be inside cabinets and things like that. So absolutely every house you download and place in your own game, please remember to put that Move Objects cheat on. And you can see we've got a little bit of fancy woodwork over the front entrance, but it's not, and so I lowered it back down again there because it just wasn't working for me. And paths, trying to get that straight. And in the interior, as you can see, this is the only place where we put actual wallpaper or some other finish. And I put those cabinets in there to test for the window heights, because I don't like putting cabinets over windows. I mean, it's fine. Your Sims aren't going to mind, but it's just not, I don't like the look of it. So I wanted to get the window height right for those particular windows. And off the kitchen, you may be able to see it there, we have a walk-in pantry where you can store all of your food and cooking needs, and as well as the breakfast bar. So it's quite a big, I would say, a chef's kitchen rather than a just your normal little galley kitchen or such. And I can tell you that is a void there. So we've got that area is open to the floor below. You will see it in the screenshots later on. And placing these lights drove me nuts, because every time I just couldn't get it lined up, and I couldn't get it lifted up to the right height by looking from above. So now we are, as I said, even a bit prematurely, we're in the kitchen making the breakfast bar, and we put the 3 stools around the kitchen around that breakfast bar. I just wish that we had trash compactors like we used to have in The Sims 3 and The Sims 2. Can't remember The Sims 1, too long ago. Grey cells letting me down. Just trying to work out the upper cabinets now. The light's okay at the moment, but in the screenshots you will see that those upper cabinets, look, there you go, they look purple, and they kind of pick up the purple that's in the and the blue that is in that tiling. It's only because of the lighting, because in The Sims the lighting is a little bit funky, and because those lights are underneath those upper cabinets, those cabinets are in shadow. So that's the reason why it looks a little bit funky. And we've put a shelf all the way along under the window. We've put some bits and pieces. Now, I actually had, while I was doing this, a child sitting on my lap giving me advice as to what should be in the kitchen. So if there are items in there that you don't like, feel free to change them out for something else. But in the end, we had some little pots that look like, or could be, herbs. We've got a cookie jar, we've got a couple of pictures, and a few of the cooking implements that you would need. So we haven't gone overboard with the kitchen. We haven't tried to make it too cluttered. I do love the look of a cluttered kitchen though. It looks so realistic. Tried those stools, but they were the child's pick, but they weren't really mine. So I went back and changed them out for these ones, mainly because we've got a matching colour chair that we can put with this lovely table, and you can see it's carrying that. Even though those upper cabinets are not grey or not that sort of wisteria colour, it does carry through and does look like that's what colour they are. Nice curtains in there. They could be pulled closed for a bit of privacy while you're dining, or they can be left open to enjoy the view. And if I had a dining area like that, that's exactly what I would have them open all of the time, but just have them there for decoration. And I know there is a cluster of lights for those, but I wanted them separate just because I could arrange them exactly how I wanted them. And I wanted the two long ones. And a little centerpiece there, not too cluttered. And onto the living room, we've got this gorgeous fireplace. A fire to sit around or to warm the house is just so comforting and so cozy, and it's so nice in the wintertime. Now, I don't know where you guys are from, but I know when I walk into my home in the wintertime after I've been to work or whatever, and it's warm, it just feels so cozy and so comforting, and just, you know, I think having a warm home or a cool one in the summer just makes it feel that little bit extra homey. I did have another go with some different chairs here in the living area, but I changed them out for something, you know, plain black, and then changed the rug again. So we're following through that almost monotone feel, but adding in spots of colour, and, you know, in places where it seems like it's grey, so it's added that dark sort of grey-blue or blue-grey into it. Oh, this must have been an interruption from a child. Under these stairs, I sort of made a mini indoor garden. So I've packed it full of various potted plants. We call them pot plants here in Australia. So no, they don't actually grow pot in them. It's just that they are plants in a pot. That's how it works. And I think I'm being interrupted here. So if I'd left the original recording audio in, you would hear me yell at Mr. Wilder because I was trying to work and he was trying to chat. Okay, so just putting a little bit of greenery in there, and those cushions in the corner, just to give that little corner. I can imagine a child sort of sitting there, you know, leaning up against the wall or the window, having a little bit of a read of the books. And yeah, that's another little thing where you can see I've put the basket and the plant inside the basket. If you don't have the move objects cheat on, the basket or the plant will disappear. Usually they won't usually be there inside each other to make that effect, so just something to be aware of. And just decorating the kitchen a little bit more. Sometimes I'm a bit frustrated sometimes that clutter items don't raise up to the exact height of surfaces, so we may look at that red shelf at some stage in the future. So we're just putting stuff in our storeroom here, things that I would imagine that you would see in a storeroom, you know, boxes and paperwork, that, you know, old stuff, possibly photos, and also in the garage, some sort of storage shelf. And we've got a little door from the garage into the house to act sort of like a little bit of a mudroom. So you could, you know, go there, kick your shoes off, and then go through into the house that way if you wanted. There is not, however, a door to the outside from the garage. So there's their nice little sports car. They are going to have to get a minivan or something when the baby gets a little bit bigger. I'm just saying, Alexis, if you're watching this, y'all are going to have to upgrade, because a baby is not going to fit in that sports car. So this is the little walk-in pantry that's beside the kitchen, and I've put some items in there that I would expect that you would see in there, you know, in a pantry, boxes and, you know, jars of food and things like that. So here we have our little powder room on the downstairs floor, on the ground floor, I should say. It's just the toilet and the basin. Obviously, you can't have a shower in there. There is room for a shower if you wanted to go the whole hog. You could move the toilet over a little bit and put a shower in the corner there quite easily, but I left it just purely as a powder room, so that when you have guests, your guests don't want to have a shower, they just want to use the so, you know, and hopefully not to do anything too offensive in there. This is our little entryway here. Just getting some, again, that picture reminds me of Alexis, particularly with the pop of red lips. So again, Alexis, if you're watching, that picture there reminds me of you, and that's why it's there. So a little bit of greenery, not too much. I often put more plants in more places in my houses, but in this one, I've gone for a little bit less is more, because they do have that, you know, that packed garden underneath the stairs. Laundry room, I have not put laundry baskets in any of the rooms or any of the, I tried to be smart, but in the end I just snapped it to wherever it went. So your Sims are going to dump their clothes on the ground. Just advance warning, and the reason I didn't put laundry baskets in is because I only thought about it just right now. And this house is already uploaded to the gallery, and hopefully I have put the download link in the down there for you if you would like to place it in your own game. And I would love to hear about any of your Sims adventures using this house, or, you know, any adventures at all. Please share. I'd love to hear it. And those curtains, I love them. They came with the Island Living expansion. So I apologize if you don't have all of the expansion packs. I do. So I've used items from every pack in this house. So if you don't have some of these packs, these items will be missing from your house. But of course you can replace them with something else. Now we're going upstairs, because that little baby doesn't need to be on the curb any longer. So this room we're turning into the baby and toddler room. So there she is, baby upstairs, and we're just getting our little toddler bed up there, and I've gone for sort of like a pink and lime green. Because the baby's a girl, I've gone for a slightly, I guess, more feminine style, but If you change that little bed out to a green one, it would work perfectly well for a boy if that's what you wanted as well. Now let me just add in here that if you want to have pink for your little boy or blue for your little girl, that is absolutely fine, because we should not be defined by somebody else's idea of what's appropriate, gender appropriate colour. But I'm just telling you that's what I had in mind. So on to the master bedroom. And incidentally, you might see it when I'm spinning the camera around, but I have cut the bathroom out of all of the bathrooms out, except for the downstairs powder room. You know, a bathroom is a bathroom is a bathroom. They all have a toilet. They all have a sink, and you know, some of them have a tub or a shower. So not very interesting. This, I've tried to make this room, I've gone for really warm, quite rich colours. I was thinking about trying to do a four-poster thing here, but in the end, those curtains worked for me, and I change that picture out actually and use it as a headboard. So there you go. And again, it's got colours in it that kind of match the green in the curtains. So I'm trying to bring it all together. And again, those curtains from Island Living, which I really love. And I was going to put in this corner, as you can see, I was looking for some sort of dresser or something, but then I realised that, you know what, they've already got two closets, so we're going to put something else there. And away it goes, and in comes the, I think just a plain ottoman. Yep. And as this is more like a parent's suite. There's no door on the bathroom, just an archway. So it kind of works more as a suite, and it feels very much like, to me, not like a hotel room, because it's not generic enough, I guess, but it does feel like perhaps a bed and breakfasty type room, where it's quite, everything's a bit matchy-matchy, so you've got that sort of chocolate theme going through, perhaps a little bit masculine. Brown is considered, as far as interior decorating, is considered a more masculine style. That doesn't mean it's only for men, because I think the chocolate feels warm and comforting and, you know, inviting for me. I really like it, and I would quite happily, you know, do my makeup at the vanity there, or plop myself on the ottoman to read a book quite happily. All right, so we've done the bathroom. We're moving on to the first of the bigger child's room. This one I sort of went for a blend of pinks and purples, but not too. It's not too feminine and frilly. I mean, it's still got pink in it, but it's more like a sort of a tweens room. There's a couple of toys in there that you might expect that a younger child might have, or perhaps a teenager that's, you know, hanging on to toys from their childhood, I guess. And a cute little mirror, and you can see the little unicorn there. So there is a bit of pink in here, but it's I think tempered a little bit by the purple and the mauve that's through here. Again, little cushions in the corner. I would have loved a set of those if I was when I was a child. Not if I was a child, I was just a long time ago. And again, see the purple. We're into our screenshots now. Oh, didn't I include the last bedroom? I mustn't have. And you can see our kitchen looks quite purple. The front office, the Swish sports car in the garage, the upstairs landing, which is a nice spot to hang, the master bedroom and the master bath with a double sink and a spa bath. That first bedroom, pinks and purples, and bringing the pink through into the bathroom. The second child's bedroom, more blue, but again, not overly, and the baby's room, the back area. And if you wish to recreate it in your own game, this is the layout. Thank you so much for checking out my build, And Alexis, I hope your Sims love their new home as much as I enjoyed building it for them.